what has been the most challenging part just on the rehab and the recovery? You come back. I know you've gone through this before. What did you learn the first time, and what's been challenging this time around?
The most challenging part is just like seeing the guys do what I love, and just like being on the sideline, supporting. I mean, I love supporting the guys, but just like that aspect of football taken away from me again, it's the most challenging part that I have to deal with every day. But being stronger mentally is something that I've been trying to develop, because you're gonna need to be stronger mentally, throughout your whole life. So this taking this time to just like working on my mental piece and knowing it's gonna be okay for the future, focusing on what I can control, controlling what I can only can control, and just taking it on. I mean, loving the guys even more. The days that I come in and I'm like, dang, I want to be out there. Just love the guys even more. Supporting the guys, and we have a good group of guys, and I love them. And we're gonna be good coming this fall. But that's been the most challenging thing, and just like watching them do things that I love, and because I have a passion for the game, and just like watching them, do it day in, day out. But they've been putting in some good work, and I feel like we're gonna be really good.
Hey, Gabe, to go back to the injury last fall, did it catch you by surprise at all that the diagnosis was as serious as it was, and that you were going to have to miss the rest of the year? I remember talking to you after that game, and it seemed like you were maybe okay at the time. I'm sure you learned pretty quick, and what was that like for you to digest?
Yeah, I mean, going back to that game, I really thought. I mean, we went into the tent, and Coach EJ and the athletic trainer, Coach Chris, was there, and it was like, oh, I mean, it just seems like a pull, hip flexor pull, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, but it didn't feel like a pull, I was just trying to keep positive vibes, keep positive energy, and the next day, I came back in the training room, and we got an MRI on it, and that's when we found out it was more serious than what it was, and I mean, it just, I just, memories just brought back to freshman year where I hurt my knee. And I mean, it's just one of those season-ending injuries that I have to deal with. But I mean, I'm going on forward and not going to think about that. I'm control what I can control. Keep positive energy, positive vibes, and I'm just going to keep on going because I'm not going to let that stop me. Like, that's not going to stop me.
What or who has helped you the most through that process?
Really the psychologist, Dr. Brett, when she was here, I used to talk to her, weekly, and just, trying to, build up my mental standpoint because, that can take a toll on it. But I mean, just keeping my mental right, and a lot of stretching, a lot of yoga, a lot of good spiritual, and, all of that positive stuff.
How is your rehab going?
Rehab?
What does that look like right now?
Rehab is going good, just doing rehab every day, and when the mix of I'm out there doing individual drills and just helping out the guys, but rehab is doing good. I mean, yoga, a lot of stretching, a lot of active recovery, and just really emphasizing the rehab standpoint.
Was the access to the new facilities that you have over there do a lot for you in your rehab?
Oh yeah, I mean we have a lot of different new resources that we use, and it's a matter of you use it, And I mean we have a lot of tubs, a lot of sleep pods, and a lot of stuff in the new training room that we can use to get you right. And the athletic training staff is really good. They're really intentional in what they want to come across, and I'm trusting them. It's a process, but at the end of that road, it's gonna be really good.
Ramir's been through some stuff himself, injuries during his career. Do you help each other get through that?
Oh yeah, me and Ramir, we always talk to each other about this whole thing, and we always try to lift each other up through this whole thing because I mean this is hard. College football is hard, going through injuries, going through downtimes, and that's hard to overcome. And all you have to think about is the process and what it's going to look like, in the future. And it's going to be a bright future, but going through these things right now is only going to make us tough. We're going to be some tough people at the end of this because we've been through we've been through the downtimes, we've been through the suck. We learned how to embrace the suck, and it's going to be bright, at the end of the tunnel.
What do you think of Emmett when it was that week both you and Ramir got announced out? He steps in, and how he's done with it.
Emmett's a great dude. He's a great kid, and he needed that in his career, to have that experience because now he's taking off with it. He needed to go through that time where he was the guy and he was the dude because now, he just got it now, and we love him for that because you're gonna need to become that dude one day and that quarter horse. But yeah, Emmett really took a huge jump, and you can tell that he went through that season because now he's firing, and I love it. So when we all come as a group, it's gonna be something special.
Gabe, with everything you've been through over the past few years, how do you see the game of football differently now than you did when you arrived on campus?
Man, when I was a true freshman coming in here, I was a young cat. I just try to do what I can and just go back to my old ways from high school and lead into the freshman year. But now, everything's just slowed down now. I really see it. I really know the game of football, know the schemes, know the fronts, know the reads. It's just all slowed down now, and I'm just using my ability, trying to get right, trying to get healthy, and it's gonna be special.
When do you expect that you'll be able to do the things you need to do to get in pads and practice? How does your summer ahead look?
I'm in pads right now. I'm going through the individual drills like in Indy. That's what we call it in practice, and going through those things, and I feel good. They just really just trying to take precaution. Trying to get me even more healthy. And summer I'm gonna be rolling. Fall camp I'm gonna be there. I'm be rolling, and season be rolling.
Just from your view, what was different about this spring, just a year two spring with Matt Rule, as far as guys being comfortable and how you guys structured?
We're adapted to the system and how they operate, and I feel like we just taking a jump from last year because it's a new staff and trying to figure out how they are and how they do things and don't really know, and now we know, and now we're just embracing that process that they're instilling because that process is really good. Coach Rule and the staff, they know what they're doing, and you can tell they know what they're doing, and we're really just buying in, to the process. Coach Rule talks about that every day, buying into the process because, it's a hard process. It's not for everybody. But, he really building us, for the next level. He building us for that next structure in life, not only to be a player but to be a man. They building us to become great group of young men to, take a toll in life.
As they grow, what do you think the potential of this offense could be with those freshman quarterbacks?
Say it again?
As those freshman quarterbacks grow, what do you think the potential of the offense could be?
Man, this potential right now is already good. All the quarterbacks are pushing each other. From Heinrich to it's not a depth chart, but I'm just naming the quarterbacks. Heinrich to Danny to Dylan. They all pushing each other to be great, and it's kind of special looking at it because you're seeing stuff that Heinrich, doing great, and Dylan doing great, Danny doing great. They're pushing each other outside their comfort zone, and eventually you got a great QB room. Everybody got unbelievable talent, and it's just special looking at iron sharpening iron and people getting better. That's what you want in a football room, in a QB room. See y'all.